Hello, this is Kim with Crochet with Kim. I'm so excited to be with you today. I'm hoping that you're having a wonderful day. I am doing just okay. I'm pressing right along. Little aches and pains, but hey, that's a part of getting older, right? I have a new project that I've come across. It's called a doily rug. I've never made a rug, and so I thought this would be an interesting concept to making something beautiful, decorative for the floor. It is calling for a t-shirt yarn material, but I don't have t-shirt yarn material. I just have some cotton yarn that is just for tutorial purposes to see what it looked like and see how to make a beautiful project. It's asking for 1 kilogram of t-shirt yarn and a 12 millimeter hook. Again, I don't have the t-shirt yarn, and that 1 kilogram is actually 35 ounces of yarn. I'm going to use a 5 millimeter hook, or what we would consider a G hook, for this particular project. I'm hoping that you enjoy it. I'm going to have fun making it. It looks beautiful. And it's not complicated with stitches that we're familiar with, like the single stitch, half double, double, slip stitch, the V stitch, and and things that we're familiar with. It's just a beautiful pattern. I just want to go ahead and jump right in and get started on it. It's asking that we make a magic circle, but you can also chain up 4 or 5, depending on how comfortable, how big, or how small your hook is. And we are going to make that magic circle and chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we are going to make 10 double crochets for it to be a total of 11. So 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we should have 11. That chain 3 counts as a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And we'll go ahead and close this up. And we're going to slip stitch in the top of that chain 3. Trying to get it in there. Come on. So we have that very first round done. And now after we slip stitch to the top of that, we will chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then chain 2, and then 1 double crochet, chain 2. So double crochet, right in here. Sorry, I skipped that one. And it's easy to do. So that's 1, chain 2, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, and we will do this all the way around. And we will be finishing up here. And at the end of this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we chain 2, and then double crochet in this last stitch, chain 2, and then we slip stitch 1, 2, 3 in the top of that chain 3. All right, and we should have 11 double crochets and 11 chain 2 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we have 11 double crochets. So now we're going to go to round 3, and we're going to do a V stitch. Goes with the, okay. All right. I want to make sure that I'm reading this right. Sometimes they'll jump right into and say V stitches into your double crochets with chain 2 in between. So I'm wondering, it's not saying a double crochet, but I'm going to look at the picture and do a 1, 2, and then the V stitch. Okay, that's not looking like I want it to look, because the pattern just jumps right into, and it's just saying V stitches, but it's looking like that these are double crochet V stitches. So I'm going to slip stitch over, chain 1, do what I have seen as this stack single crochet, and then V stitch, and then we will do a double crochet, chain 2, we will jump right over to this next one. Chain 2, V-stitch, then we will chain 2, V-stitch, and no chaining in between from one space to the other. We just do the chain 2 spaces in the space. So no chaining at this point. We just go right into the next space. Then we chain 2 in the next space. Chain 2, next space. Chain 2 to the next space. And this last space here. Chain 2. And then we slip stitch right in the top of that chain 3. I used a stacked single, and there we go. I'll just hide that for right now. I'll weave it in. So there we have it at this point. Now we're getting ready to start round 4. And this is where we will start with a chain 3, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Okay, so this is, I'm going to slip stitch over in this. They do not say to do this, but I'm going to, because it's like it's leaving you kind of guessing. And so that's the first one. Let me do this. I didn't put a lot of attention into that. Slip stitch. And then 2 more double crochets. Then we'll chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. And then we will go right over, and it's 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. And then we'll go right over into the next one. Three, chain 2, and then 3. And we're doing this in the V stitches. If I didn't, I do apologize. I have a time or two where I'll do that. It's in the V stitches that we're placing these 3, chain 2, and 3. And then we'll go to the next one. I will go ahead and I will finish up this round, and I will be right back. I'll go ahead and finish this one. So this is how we're looking so far, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have completed that round 4, and this is what we're looking like so far. So we're going to go on to row 5. Now row 5 states for us to do a V stitch in between the double crochet clusters. So what I'm going to do is after we slip stitched in the top of that 3 chain, at the top of the that double crochet, that chain 3, I'm going to we're going to do a V stitch. Oh, let me do something different. I'm just going to do it the regular way here. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 more. Then we're going to do another double crochet in that same stitch, chain 2. Then we're going to single crochet in this chain 2 space. Okay? All right, and then we're going to go right over into this space in between the clusters. And then we'll double crochet. I just wanted to make sure I had it a good resistance or tension on my chain. Then we are going to place a single crochet. We'll go right over into this next space between the clusters, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, and then we'll put a single crochet in the chain 2 space. So this is the repeat all the way around, chain 2, and then double crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Then we will double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then chain 2 and single crochet right in that chain 2 space. In between the spaces between the cluster, we're placing the V stitch. So chain 2 and V stitch, chain 2, single crochet. And this is what is required, or the next step for round 5. and just make sure that you do a chain 2 and then single crochet in the top in that chain 2 space. Double crochet, chain 2 to complete this V-stitch, and then chain 2 and single crochet. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and then chain 2 again, single stitch or single crochet. Chain 2, and chain 2 again, and in the top of that chain 2 in between the spaces for the clusters. And then another chain 2, single crochet. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do a chain 2, and then in the top 1, 2, 3, we'll slip stitch, number 2, a little sneaky thing. It doesn't want to do right. Okay. So this is what it's beginning to look like. Okay. That's row 5 completed. Now row 6. Okay, this is where we're going to be putting single crochets into the V stitches with 8 chain loops in between. Okay, so we'll single crochet, chain 8 all the way around. All right. So this is around single crochets into the V stitch. So I guess it's 1 single crochet, chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then over into the next V stitch. 8, and then to the next V stitch. 8. So this is what we're doing all the way around. And then the V stitch. And 8. Okay. And then that V stitch. And then there. And 8. take it all the way around, and we made it back to the beginning, and we'll slip stitch in the top of that single crochet, and this is what we are looking like after row 6. Okay, now row 7, we're placing 10 single crochets into each loop. So I'll go ahead and I will do the first one. That's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now once we do, you might have to kind of scoot it over a little bit, but you go right over into the next loop. There's no chaining or anything. Eight, and then this is 9 and 10, and then you go right over until the next one. No chaining or anything, just hop right over to the next loop, and this is what it's beginning to look like. I'll go ahead and finish the remaining 8 off camera, and I will be right back. All right, after I've completed all of my single crochets in all the 8 chain loops, this is what our work is looking like at this point. All right, we're going to row 8. Row 8, we are going to place a V-stitch in every 5th single crochet. So it's going to be a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet with chain 3 in between. Okay, so what we're going to do in every 5th. So I am believing, let's see here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm believing that we're supposed to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In that 5th chain, we are to do double crochet, chain 3, and a double crochet. Then we're to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In that 5th chain, or 5th single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. Then we'll chain 3, and then that 5th, okay, and then I want to make sure I'm doing that right. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. I'm not. Okay. I'm thinking in the center. I know what I'm thinking. But we will do the chain 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I am so sorry. I'm glad I stopped myself, because I'm like, okay, it's not looking right. So we'll chain 3 and then double crochet. Then chain 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the 5th, put a double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. And then chain 3. Then we will count over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right here. Chain 3. I'm thinking the 5th or the center of every loop, but that was my error, so I do apologize for that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, and 3, and then this is the V stitch. Then 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and in there's the V stitch. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the pattern all the way around. We chain 3 and then right back into there to make that V stitch. And then 1, 2, and 3. And we count over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. V stitch will go here. And then we'll count up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the pattern all the way around. I'm sorry if I confused you. I'm thinking the 5th of each loop, but it's every 5th chain. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then chain 3. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I will be right back. Okay. Hello, I'm back again. I have completed this row 8. I had to go back and redo row 8 because in the slip stitch is your first V stitch. And I had to go back and redo that because when I read round 9 to get started, I realized that I needed to start in a V stitch. So I did go back and I did redo that, and I will make sure that I try to correct myself and read properly before I do that again. But if you've seen at the beginning around 8, it was mentioned the V stitch is to begin in the slip stitch, and then you continue on to count your 5 spaces to put your next V stitch. Now we're ready for row 9. In row 9, we will chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we will double crochet in the very first V stitch. So right back into this V stitch, we will crochet. This will begin our row 9. For the row 9 V stitch, and then we're doing this double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and then we will then into the V stitch above the loop, 3 double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. So this is what we're doing in the V stitch. We're doing the 1 double crochet, in the V stitch, the counting of the 6, and then a double crochet, and then that's how we're doing our V stitches: 1 double crochet, 3 chain, 1 double crochet, and then it's a crochet into the V stitch above the loop. We are doing 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So I want to make sure that I understand this. I'm going to do a quick sample look at this because this is tricky. So I am going to pause right here and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I think I figured out what it is saying. This pattern is really vague, so you have to kind of piece it together as you go. What we're doing, we have completed the V stitch in the beginning from the slip stitch with the chain 6 and a double crochet. In the next V, we're putting 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. In the next V stitch, we're doing double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and then in the next one, we're doing 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. Then in the next one here, we're doing just a regular V stitch. So double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. And then we'll skip over here and do 3 double crochets. I don't want it too tight, but I want a little bit more tension there. So 3 double crochets. Chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Then the next one over, we're doing just a regular V stitch. So double crochet, chain 3, double crochets. Then in the next one over, 3 double crochets. Chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Now, this is what it's looking like. Let me straighten this out a little bit. Make sure I keep it in the frame as well. But as you can see, we're starting with a V, then we have the cluster, V stitch, cluster, V stitch, and then the cluster again. And then it is every other one, because it's like a wave. If you can see the wave where it's dipping in and up, the ones that is the upper part of the upper V stitch, these are the ones with the clusters. The ones that is like the valley is the regular V stitch, and the mountain is the cluster V stitches, or the cluster. And this is what we're going to do all the way around. Chain 3 and 3 more double crochets. And then this is our V. 1, 2, and 3, and our V. And I'm going to continue to go on around and finish this round, and I will be, let me finish this one first. I hate leaving in the middle of the work. Let me at least finish this cluster. And 1, 2, and 3. This is what we're looking like so far. And I will be right back. Okay, I have finished this round 10. No, 9, I'm sorry. Row 9. We're about to start row 10. Technically, it's the same, except we are adding a chain 1 space in between the valleys and the mountains. So, what we will do, we will chain up. I'm going to slip stitch in the V and then chain up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we'll put our double crochet right in that V stitch right there. And then after we chain up that, we will have a chain 1, and then we will have 3, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 more double crochets into that chain 3 space, and then we will chain 1. And this is our repeat. So we have the V stitch, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, then we have the cluster, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Then we chain 1. So this is the repeat for row 10, or round 10, I'm sorry, for round 10. And also don't be discouraged if you put either two V stitches together or two clusters together. I've done that, so don't be alarmed. You can just go back and just redo it to make sure the pattern comes out right, because if you start with a V stitch, you should end with a cluster to connect or to slip stitch. So if it came out where you had two V stitches, then you have two clusters together somewhere in your pattern. And that is what the round consists of, is one stitch in between the V stitch and the clusters. I'm going to go ahead and finish this round, making sure that I did a chain one. I'll go ahead and finish this round and I will be right back. Now we have completed round 10. I am back, and as you can see, it is absolutely becoming a very beautiful piece. I know that if I had t-shirt material or a little thicker yarn for like a rug, it would be probably much bigger than this, maybe doubling or tripling in size, depending, because the hook size would have been a little different. I think it's a size 12 hook. So definitely this is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and go to round 11, and it is the same as row 10. The only difference is in between the chains we're placing two chains instead of one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to slip stitch into the V, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to go ahead and put another double crochet in here to complete the V. Then we're chaining 2. That's the only difference, is that we're chaining 2, and we're going to put in our 3, chain 3, and another 3. Then we chain 2, and we do our V stitch, 1, 2, and 3, and V stitch, and then chain 2 and our cluster. So that's the only difference between the only difference from row 10 is that instead of chaining 1 in between the cluster and the V stitch, we're chaining 2. So I will go ahead and I will continue on with this pattern for round 11, and I will be right back. Let me finish this one first. And then I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have completed my round 11, and now we have one more round. And I had to kind of bring the camera up a little bit so you can see it's getting bigger. I will call this my table rug. I will look at this as my table rug instead of a floor rug, because I would have to have thicker yarn and I am going to possibly do a floor rug, but with the right materials. And that's why they say 1 kilogram, because it's less material in those particular spools of yarn. And you might have maybe 2 or 3 ounces, and so it's going to take more skeins of yarn to actually do the floor model. I'm just doing the table model just for the tutorial purpose. Now row 12 starts out like it normally will, with the slip stitch in the top of the 3rd chain. I slip stitch over into the V. I chain up 3, I chain up 3, then I chain 2 more, and then I double crochet. So this is our V stitch for this particular in the beginning. Now we will place 2 double crochets in each of these double crochets. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we are going to put 3 half double crochets. So we'll go and we'll pull through and pull through all 3, and we're putting 3 of those. 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all 3. So we'll do 3 of those, and then we will continue to do our 2 double crochets in the remaining of the stitches. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. Then we will come over to this V stitch, and we're doing a chain 2 instead of a chain 3, a chain 2, and then another double crochet. So this is what it's supposed to look like. We have 2 double crochets in the 2 in each of the 3 half double crochets, and then 2 each of the 3 double crochets from the previous row. So I'll do that again. We'll have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Then we will do yarn over, pull through all 3. That's 1. Yarn over and pull through all 3. That's 2. Yarn over and pull through all 3. That's 3. And then we will place 2 double crochets in the remaining 3 double crochets. There's no chaining in between these clusters or V stitches. You're just going to go right over to the next V stitch, and it's chain 2 and double crochet. and then 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets. 1, 2, and there's number 3. 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 double crochets and then remaining 3. I'm doing half double crochets, sorry. Let me do that right. Double crochets, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. And this is our repeat for this round. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the 8. Yeah. So I have 8 more to go here. And then we will be finished. So I will be right back when I have completed this round and we can see the completion of this rug. Well, I have completed round 12. This is what the project looked like in its completion. Again, I will call this my table rug, my doily table rug. And this is intended for a thicker yarn to make a floor rug. But like I said, because number one, I don't have the actual t-shirt material yarn that they call for, and this is for tutorial purposes to show you how the project is done. I just use what I had, but I love the way that it has come out. It's beautiful. And if I look at this, it's about, well, from high to low is 12 inches, but from the mountain to mountain is about 13 inches wide, which is a really nice placemat as well as for decorative dishes. If you are having, like a nice dinner, and you might want to use this as a centerpiece for whatever food items, like a pie or a cake. Beautiful. Well, I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. This was an enjoyment for me, and I'm so glad that it turned out as beautiful as it did, and I could do it in one video. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. I would love you to subscribe, and let's have some more fun. But for this project, I am calling this my doily table rug. Thank you so much for being with me. This is Kim with Crochet with Kim. You have yourself a wonderful day.